July 14th, 2018. Harith Augustus was shot by police in Chicago after they tried to stop him while he was walking down the street.
Chicago police fast-tracked the release of body cam video of a controversial officer-involved shooting today. In it, they say you see officers on foot patrol approaching 37-year-old Harith Augustus when they suspected he was armed. You can see a holstered gun, and Augustus appears to reach for his right hip multiple times before he was shot and killed.
Harith had a gun on his waistband and reached for it while running from the police. The name Harith means the lion which digs the earth. I find this very interesting since to dig the earth means to plow, till, or harrow the earth. A harrow is an implement consisting of a heavy frame set with teeth that is dragged over the earth to break it up. Harrow also means to cause distress, to trouble, bother, and afflict, to cause torment and pain. His middle name is Liao, which means to kill and destroy. This is a reference to John 10:10, which declares, "The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy." It is clear then that Harith, the lion which digs the earth, is a representation of Satan as described in 1 Peter 5:8, which declares, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." Interestingly enough, Harith is also a Sanskrit word meaning green color, and it refers to one of Surya's 7 horses. The green horse connects to Revelation 6:8, which declares, "And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth." By the way, Surya is the solar deity in Hinduism. He is also connected to Shiva, who is linked to the sun, Sivan meaning the red one, and Tamil. Remember this information, as we will come back to it later. Surya is the god of light, day, and wisdom, and he is equivalent to the sun god Helios and Apollo. Surya, being a solar deity, connects this shooting back to the shooting at the Capital Gazette at 888 Best Gate, which was connected to Apollo, the sun god, and the Oracle at Delphi, which was situated on the Capitoline Hill. Surya is connected in particular with reverence for the rising sun. And if you watched my last video, you know that the rising sun reference connects back to the shooting at Sunrise Point in Overland Park and the Parkland shooting, since the gunman purchased his gun at Sunrise Tactical.
The weapon was purchased here. Mr. Cruz walked in, selected an AR-15 directly off the rack.
He just can't make these things up. Surya, the solar deity, is worshipped in India, and his day is of course Sun Day. This also connects this shooting with the incident which happened on Sunday, July 15th, where a gunman being investigated in the killing of a university student from India shot and wounded 3 Kansas City police officers before dying in an exchange of gunfire with police. We'll go deeper into that story in a moment, but first, let's continue the connections being made with this shooting. Harith's last name was Augustus. The name Augustus refers to the first emperor and dictator of the Roman Empire. Augustus maintained the outward facade of a free republic. However, in reality, he was an autocratic, totalitarian, military dictator. In other words, Augustus set up the model for the New World Order by exercising tyrannical, despotic control over the masses, while at the same time preserving and maintaining the illusion of freedom of those enslaved by his rule. Augustus called himself the first citizen of the state, and he is known for bringing civil order to Rome by reforming its system of taxation, developing a network of roads, a courier service, firefighting service, and he formed Rome's first police force, which makes it quite a coincidence that the killing of Harith Augustus sparked protests by the people of Chicago aimed at the police, which led to riots or a breakdown of civil order. The name Augustus can be translated as the illustrious one. To be illustrious means to shine bright, to be luminous, connecting this name to Lucifer, which means bringer of light. Further, the name Augustus was a title of religious authority rather than political authority, since this name was attached to the Roman sun god Sol Invictus in an epithet inscribed on an ornamental disc which read, Inventori Lucius Soli Invicto Augusto, meaning to the contriver of light, Sol Invictus Augustus. The name, the illustrious one, can also be connected back to the name Denali, which means the great one. Clearly then, this event connects back to Obama, who renamed Mount McKinley to Denali, his symbol being the rising sun, connecting him to the sun god, and he also just so happens to be from Chicago, where this recent event took place. But never mind all that, there's still one more piece of information connecting this event to Obama. The month of August is named after Augustus, and Barack Obama was born on August 4th. July 15th, 2018, Kansas City, Missouri. 3 police officers were shot Sunday while trying to arrest a person of interest in the shooting death of a university student on July 6th.
Police shot and killed a man in Kansas City Sunday after a series of running street shootouts that saw 3 officers wounded and hospitalized. According to authorities, undercover officers were following a person of interest in the murder of a university student when he suddenly and unexpectedly fired on them with a rifle.
The name of the shooter has not yet been released. However, the name of his victim is Harith Kapil. It is important to note that Harith Kapil was an exchange student from India. Now, I cannot venture to say what religion he observed. However, considering his ethnic and cultural origin, I think it is safe to say that he would have been at least somewhat familiar with the Hindu religion. That being said, Harith means to serve, to be a servant or worshiper. Kapil is related to the head, top, peak, summit, or crown. Therefore, his name means a servant and worshiper of the head, peak, or summit. Remember earlier we discussed the summit or mountain renamed by Obama as Denali, which means the Great One, connecting it back to Harith Augustus, Surya, the sun god, and Shiva, the destroyer. We must also consider the fact that Obama was depicted as Shiva, destroyer. Interestingly enough, this shooting occurred in the month of July, which is the 7th month, and in Judaism, the word Shiva actually means 7. It should also be noted that this shooting took place at a motel less than 2 miles from Kauffman Stadium, where the Kansas City Royals baseball team plays. Remember, the Kansas City Royals connects back to Superman, which connects back to Obama.
Contrary to the rumors that you've heard, I was not born in a manger. I was actually born on Krypton and sent here by my father, Jor-El, to save the planet Earth.
Remember, Superman derives his power from the sun, making him a sun god. The world in which we live is only but a well-crafted deception meant to keep you enslaved. As a servant of the Most High, it is my obligation to provide you with information that can set you free from the shackles of your mind. Yehoshua is the key which opens the lock. Amen. Shalom.